Join me this morning as I put on my makeup, and I'm gonna tell you how I'm getting over my fear, thinking outside of the box, and how I'm going to try to become a model over 50. So you heard me right. Yep, I decided that I am going to try to become a model over 50. This is something that is actually really scary for me. I know that I'm on social media all the time, and I know I'm in front of millions of people all the time, but actually putting myself out there and trying this has made me pretty nervous, and it's really made me stop to think like, what's holding me back? So today, while I'm getting ready, we're going to talk about that. And perhaps, if there's something in your life that you're trying to do, or you thought you'd want to do, or you think you can't do, this might be the perfect conversation for you too. So let's get going. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm a full-time social media content creator. And when I first went full-time last year, I had all these kind of thoughts and plans on how I was going to finance this whole thing. But unfortunately, a lot of them have fallen through. My little income revenue isn't quite what I thought it was going to be. And part of me is like, well, Lonnie, you know what? You're always in front of the camera. Why don't you look into being an over 50 model? And I'm like, wow, Lonnie, that's a really good idea. Then the reality set in of what I needed to do, what I was putting myself out there for, and I kind of got a little freaked out and truthfully really scared. But I am not one to let fear stop me from doing something that I want to do. So I found a modeling agency online, and I'm like, oh, look, Lonnie, you're doing it. And I did my profile and I sent them my pictures, and then I realized that they're based in the United Kingdom and that they don't have any jobs for me in the United States. I just was like, well, there you go, Lonnie. You know what? You kind of panicked on that one. You just clicked on the first button you found, but at least you can say you did it. And with that, with the whole like, well, you know what? I did it here. I can do it in other places. You know what? You can do this, Lonnie. Keep trying. And that's exactly what I did. I went back online and I found a couple of modeling places, just like the one in the UK. You can do everything online and submit all your photos. I'm like, this is great. This is wonderful. This is what I can do. Then I read a little further, and sure enough, they're like, we want not professional photos, which is good, but they're like, we want a headshot, we want a side shot, we want a half body shot, and we want a full body shot. And then I read a little bit farther, and they're like, and we want it with no makeup on and don't smile. And I'm like, great. Because I don't know if you know this or not about me, but when I don't smile, I look like a very angry grandma. I don't know. There's just something about my whole demeanor that once I smile, I like to smile. I think I take better pictures when I smile. So I proceeded to take some pictures of mugshots that if I got arrested, I'd be like, don't worry. I have pictures of my mugshot right here on my phone, and you can just use any one of these. So I'm sitting there in my bedroom and, I'm taking mugshots of myself, and I'm like, this is not going to work, Lonnie. You're super uncomfortable. You can see it in your face. What are you going to do about it? And so I kind of had a little talk with myself. I'm like, you know what, Lonnie, just try your best. That's all you can do. I mean, I know I'm a little bit harder on myself than probably other people. I don't want to send a picture to these people unless I can with confidence be like, I think I look nice in this picture. And so I'm like, well, you know what? You're not coming up with any pictures that you think you look nice. So again, going back to the original statement, you know what, Lonnie? What are you going to do about this? I came up with some pictures. I mean, do I think they're great? Absolutely not. Is it something I'd want to post on my Instagram account and be like, hey, good morning. This is me, no makeup on, looking like I've been arrested? No, I wouldn't do that either. But I also know that if I don't do it, I'm not going to achieve my goal. Without you and without my social media account, I would not have the courage to do what I'm doing. I've thought about this for a really long time. I've thought about, maybe trying to do something like in the modeling world for, like I said, a long time. And for a long time, I have found excuses not to do it. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, Lonnie, you know what? You cannot, in good faith, come on here every single morning and be like, you can do it. You can do whatever you want. Be bright, be bold, be brave. Don't let anything stop you. And then let your own inner voices stop yourself. I mean, that's hypocritical. That is one thing that I absolutely pride myself on, is that if I say it, I do it. So I called myself out. I'm like, okay, Lonnie, you know what? You big talker. What are you going to do about it? I'm going to hold my breath. I'm going to upload them. I'm going to send them. And then we're going to see what happens. And maybe somebody will want to use my face and maybe somebody won't. Now, if you're out there and there's something that you want to do, something that you've been thinking about doing, that you're holding yourself back, I would like to personally challenge/encourage you to try it yourself. Because if you don't try, you can't succeed. I always tell my children that if you try something and you don't like it and you stop doing it, it's not a failure. You have to try new things in order to see if you like it. So if you're out there and you're like, yeah, you know what? I've always wanted to try bungee jumping, and you try it and you don't like it, it's not a failure. It is actually a success because you tried it. If I can take mugshots of myself in my bedroom on a rainy day and send them to modeling agencies, you can do whatever it is that you want to do that you've been holding yourself back. And of course, I will keep you updated on my journey. If I hear back from somebody, or if I hear a yes, a no, good, bad, or indifferent, of course I will let you know. And again, I just want to thank each and every one of you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have the courage to do what I do. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't push myself to limits that I never thought was possible. And I'm going to say it again, but I do hope that I give you that encouragement to try new things. It's just, life's too short to have regrets. Life is too short to be full of I wishes. I wish I had have done that. You know what? I wish I hadn't have let this opportunity go by. I wish. You know what? Just because we're 50 doesn't mean that we have to stop any of our goals or anything that we want to achieve. And if you're out there and you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, you know what? Don't panic. Life isn't gonna end when you get to be 50. Because you know what? Life can be anything you want it to be at any age. And I don't know. I just hope I encourage you. And again, thank you so much for encouraging me. And until next time, remember, be bright, be bold, be brave. Try new things. Don't let the fear of no stop you. And I will see you on the next episode. Bye.